Hey everyone, Shalini here, and in this video, I'm sharing with you how to decode the root cause of chronic pain, and this is video number 2. And basically, I'm creating several different videos which are addressing key questions that you want to ask yourself if you are struggling to break free from chronic pain. And the video number 1 is already posted, so you can look for it. And this is video number 2, which is question number 2 that you can ask yourself if you're in chronic pain and you want to heal from it and you want to understand what is the root cause. The question is, when was the first time that you noticed this pain started? When did this pain start? Do you remember? Now, I know you may have to do a little thinking. Okay, maybe yours is simple. Maybe it started 2 months ago. I have clients whose pain started decades ago. I had a client whose story I share in my book, Instant Pain Relief. It's all about healing chronic pain. And the lady was Pauline, and she was struggling with hip pain in her left hip for years. And so when I asked her, Pauline, when did you first notice this pain? When did it start? And she paused, she reflected, and she said it was almost 3 years ago. And so the next question, which is key, is to ask yourself, as I asked her, what was the stress in your life when you noticed that pain? What stress was happening? And you may want to dismiss it and say, oh, I was fine, things were going great. But really, if you really want to dig to the root cause, please be honest with yourself and ask yourself, was there any stress during that time? Okay? So as I asked Pauline that question, she remembered that that was the time of a lot of change in her life. That was the time she moved from Scotland to Iceland. That was the time she started her business. That was a time where she, landed in a new place without any language. She didn't know the Icelandic language. She had to start her business. Her husband was really sick on bed, so he was of no support to her. And as she started doing the business, she made lots of losses. People were sort of mocking her for all the mistakes she was making. And that was what was going on before, her hip pain started. And she felt a lot of guilt. She felt a lot of shame for wasting all that money. And she felt, frustrated because her husband couldn't help her. And she felt the weight of all the responsibility on her shoulder, and she was so afraid to make decisions moving forward because she just had to rely on herself. She didn't have a social network. She didn't have any support. So that was the stress that was going on in her life, and you can read all about it in my book, or you can even watch the whole entire video with Pauline, because we did this live, and it should be somewhere in my YouTube channel. If you just Google hip pain, you should find it. So as you will see in that video, as we started doing this tapping process and releasing all the stress that was stored in her body, in her left hip, she started feeling so much lighter, and her pain right in the tapping interview itself, it went to a 0. Now, people often make this mistake that when they go through a stressful time and it's over, they are moving on and they totally forget, right? Because it's finished, it's over. I have better things to do. I'm moving forward. But the trick is that stress that you felt way back then didn't just fade away into thin air. What your mind forgets, your body remembers. It stores it. There's actually a book on it by Deb Shapiro called, what is it called? Your Body Speaks Your Mind, something like that. There's also a book called Your Body Keeps Score. I'm mixing the two, but there are books that show you that your body, has memory, and all the experiences that you go through don't just fade away. They get stored. All those impressions, they sit in your system. They overload your system, because when you've got memories, painful memories from the past, you've also got painful emotions from the past that have been stored in your system. And if you have painful emotions, which are energy in motion, they're supposed to be flowing, not supposed to be stuck, then you've got stuck energy. And when you've got stuck energy, then you have all these blockages in your flow, which eventually cause dis-ease and pain. And so it's really, really important to go back and ask yourself, no matter what pain you have, chronic pain, and no matter when it started, when was the first time you noticed this pain? Because that's the time your body started speaking and signaling to you, saying, hey, something needs looking into, something is off balance. And that you will start to get clues about your pain as you ask those questions. And then you want to journal and write down everything that comes up. And then you want to use my favorite go-to tool, EFT tapping, to release it, to clear it. I have lots of videos on how you can tap in this channel. So I really hope you're going to do some digging around if you're feeling stuck in chronic pain. And if you do come up with answers, and if it does, give you some ahas about what was still stored, please leave comments in the your comments below, and I will be happy to support you if you have any further questions on that. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in video number 3. Bye for now.